Morning folks, it's the Saturday of the spring bank holiday weekend. I appreciate I haven't made a vlog for a couple of days. That's the telephone. I'll come back to you. Right, so excuse me, I've completely forgotten what I've just said to you. This is kind of part and parcel of how it is now. For the past 10 days, 14 days or so, ever since I announced the opening date of the bike park, the phone rings a lot. It's fine, it's part and parcel of it. Before I get into talking about the park itself, and about what's going on at the moment in a normal vlog style, I wanted to talk about wheel size. Not in the kind of boring, my opinion on wheel size, more in that I've seen a video this week, and I don't know whether you guys have seen it too, and if you haven't, I would definitely urge you to go and watch it. It's called Soho Bikes TV Part 3. So for those of you that don't know, Rob Warner owns a bike shop in London called Soho Bikes, and this is the best video that I've ever seen about the wheel size debate. It's kind of like, it's borderline the be all and end all of the wheel size debate. Rob's obviously very influential and very connected, and he managed to bring some of his contacts and colleagues along, and they all went to Bike Park Wales and rode and tested the different wheel sizes down one track and spent a day there riding. I'm not going to spoil the video for you, but if you haven't seen it, it's definitely something you should go and watch, because it's from the opinion of the riders, not from the opinion of the industry or these. It's made by Soho Bikes, but these guys they're not trying to sell you anything. They're just saying this is a test, and these are the results that we got from the test. Fantastic video, and it's a shame it hadn't come out a lot sooner. It might have saved a lot of the reading through a lot of the kind of internet forum debates. So that's one I urge you to go and see. Regular viewers of the vlogs will already know that it's just me. There's no marketing department, no PR department, no sales department. So it is just me. And if you call up or you email, then this is who you'll get through to. So to try and help me out with that a little bit, because as I say, phone and email has been going quite a lot recently. Just to try and help us out, I'm going to try and answer the first questions that are asked. I'm just going to get this bit over with real quick, because I know you guys watch, because either the phone call or email starts with, wow, one sec. Right, sorry, so I've got slightly off track again. So what I was going to say is, I get a lot of phone calls like that one that starts up with, hey man, I've been watching your vlogs or checking out your vlogs, and I suppose this is just, I'm going to take an opportunity to answer some of the questions that I usually have to do phone calls or emails for. This might help people, who knows. So number one, yes, I am open to discussion about sponsorship for the bike park, but number two, now that I'm at this point of almost open, it isn't about money anymore. In a year and a half ago, yeah, there was gonna have to be some sort of financial input to the park in order to help me get it open. Now that's not really the point. What the point is now is, from a perspective of your perspective, is, I think the things to think about is, does your product or brand fit in with GNAR Bike Park? What sort of customer service can you provide to my customers? If I'm going to shout about your product, I mean, to be absolutely open and honest with you, the ones that I've rejected in the past have been a case of me going home and if I've not known about the product, do a bit of research. If the majority of the reviews aren't great, then it's not going to be really something I'm interested in. You know, that's not to say it's not worth getting in touch, but those are the priorities. If I'm gonna shout about your your product to my customers, and I need to be really confident that it's a good thing to be shouting about. Anyway, that's some industry stuff. Let's get on with some bike park news. So those of you who've been following this for a while, you'll already know that I was kind of not struggling with, but I was a bit unsure about what to do with the gradings of the tracks. The nationally recognised green, blue, red, black to orange wasn't really going to work out for this place because of the multiple of tracks, and I end up topping out. Is it orange 3 dots, orange 4 dots? Anyway, you end up topping out, and it doesn't really work for here because there's multiple tracks going in of multiple difficulty levels. So what I've come up with is a star rating system. So should do some explanation into that. So first of all, forgive the daft names of the tracks. They're only going to get more daft. But we start off with Magic Bus. I've got half a star on that one. So there'll be the track name, the difficulty level, and then a quick sort of explanation. So it's routes, loam and turns with no added extras. So that is Magic Bus. It's simple. Elementary, 1 star. The description for that is whoop whoop, because there's a lot of whoops on there. Get to the chopper, 1.5. An introduction to drops, gaps and kickers. There's 2 more here. One for Gasoline Alley. It's got to be painted up, and another one for one that I was calling it GDH1, but I can't paint that one up with its name just yet because that's going to be named by one of the Wall of Famers. So that basically when we do the random choosing of the Wall of Famer to get to name it, that's what your name board's going to go on. So to give a little bit of an idea of the star rating things, for those that have watched footage or have heard before, get to the chopper at 1.5 stars. In fact, I'll try using the medium of teleportation on this. Never tried it before. So get to the chopper 1.5 stars. You're looking at, as it says, an introduction to drops, gaps and kickers. It's only 1.5 stars because they're not big. In fact, they're only this size. Teleportation, how cool is that? I wish it was a real thing. It'd help us get around the spot. So, get to the chopper, 1.5 star track. What can you expect from this? Well, there's step downs into a gap at the top. It's only a small gap. Again, we've got our usual GoPro issues of probably not going to show up that well, but it is actually only a single bike length and a really good one for gaining confidence on. However, you've got 2 lines in. Now, entering into it, just over there next to me is Elementary, which is a 1 star track, and that one's started to give you opportunities to get your wheels off the ground. As you come into this 1.5 star, get to the chopper, there's two options. One is a kicker to shoot you through the tree goalpost. It's like a 2 log gap, and there is another line though to give you just a single, and then down through a bit of roots and round the corner that way. So it is all about challenging yourself. However, if you want to run it a couple of times over the alternate route before going for the gap, and that's cool. That's what it's all about. Also, a 1.5 star track features ski jumps. However, same deal applies. There's a bigger one in the middle that you can send on down, a small one to the left, or you can just go around it. To be fair, they're not that big, and even if you choose to send the bigger one, there's a lot of landing area down here to land into. So when I paint up whatever gets chosen for the name, for the project name, GDH1, that one's going to be, I think by the time we get to GDH1, you're looking at 2 stars. And to give an idea of 2 star rating, there are gaps. I mean, one of them's, well, let's go over there. So moving to 2 stars, such as the project name GDH1, soon to be named by a Wall of Famer. Now, as we've progressed up from 1.5 to 2, we're starting to offer you the opportunity to ask a bit more questions of yourself. And we've got a gap-to-gap kicker here. There is going to be an alternate line around the side of it, around the trees, if you don't want to hit the kicker. But again, this one isn't quite as daunting as you may think from looking at it. numbers wise, you're looking at from gap to gap, log to log, 12 foot. However, when you look down at the kind of imprint here, where most people are landing, they're probably sending it about 15 feet. Now there's on the dig day, I've got a few people up here testing, and once they've gained a bit of confidence over on 1.5 star for get to the chopper and a bike length gap, they were hitting this, having never really ridden gaps before that day. So it's at a 1.5 star level because it does just offer that little bit of confidence. On this same track, further down, we've got one of these. A bit of a kicker down to a hip landing. Now, again, same deal with this one. There is a route around the top if you don't want to take the kicker, but with the kicker, you can just, it doesn't have to be massive pace. You can come off of the end of it. I've seen people hit it at all kinds. You don't have to go very fast. You can just come up off the end and drop down and come down this sort of line. But then again, I've seen people really sort of boot it and lean it over. So it's a choice thing again. So hopefully that should give a bit of a feel of what a 1.5 star and a 2 star track look like. Doing it in this way allows me to get I mean, for a place that's going to ultimately have 30 plus tracks, I can then, even if I run out of room for for painting stars on, I can put a star and then times 15 or whatever way I want to do it, or I can move to a different shape, maybe and for the bigger tracks go to black diamonds, double black diamond, triple black diamond times 5, etc, etc. It just allows us a bit more of a breathing room than getting to orange 3-4 dots and then being stuck and having nowhere else to go. So other things that are going in is you've got down here these signs for drops, and you've got a double down drop. Now this should be a system that you're familiar with, rather than a new one. So a double down drop or a double down gap, it's nothing serious. It's you know, let it happen underneath. You have a little bit of confidence going for it, but a double down drop it's pretty much rollable at a speed. You're not going to have to hook massively. Now for a drop or a gap that's going to have 3 black arrows on it, then that's one that you are going to need to be on the ball for. The thing is though, they will have an alternate route around if you don't want to go at it. So look for a sign that says alternate and an arrow to take you around that kind of a feature. And as we get bigger and we get through the park a bit more and we get onto the bigger stuff, I can change this signage and make it so that it's a bit more explanatory for big features that you really have to be hitting at speed and very confident for. Again, those kind of features though, for the most part on the planning of it is that they're definitely going to have route around, so that at least with first attempt you can get down there and ride the route around it and get a good look at the feature and see what's going on with it. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an insight into the star rating I'm going to use. You can see what a 1.5, what a 2 star looks like, and therefore you can probably imagine what Magic Bus just a half star looks like. Probably at the moment the thought is to run that star rating possibly up to about 10, 9.5, 10, and then I might swap out to using black diamonds as opposed to gold stars. Anyway, that one's something to think about for the future. It does lead us on to the next question of, and another one I get quite a lot is, hey Ben, what sort of bike should I be using? Well, that's very much personal choice, and I appreciate why the question comes in, because a lot of the videos and photographs are from me riding my old free ride bike. It's, you know, like a dual crown equipped free ride bike, and that's probably quite misleading as to what's a suitable style bike for this place. My bike just happens to be the bike that I own, and I've owned it from before I started this project, and as many of you'll know, it's not cheap to do, so I haven't been able to change bikes between then and now, so I just make a lot of the videos and photos with this bike. if it was a choice, then I probably would have bought or would own like somewhere between a 140 and 160 trail stroke enduro bike, as that's probably perfect for around here. However, as to what bike should you bring, I've had friends ride elementary and get to the chopper on steel frame hardtails and had a great time. Other guys have ridden on the other tracks on like 120 trail bikes, and then up to people with like the 160 that I suppose the one I would choose. So the thing is, I suppose the thing to consider is which tracks do you want to try, and what do you want out of the end of the day. How far do you want to have been able to have challenged yourself and pushed yourself? If you own multiple bikes, then you know what you're looking for. If you want to try the 2-star track and get used to kind of hooking yourself over gaps and kickers and stuff, then allow yourself a little bit of travel, give your knees a break. But if you just want to get into lifting the bike off the ground, and you maybe want to hit elementary a few times and make sure that you're getting all of those doubles, to be quite honest, steel hardtail, any kind of decent forked equipped hardtail is great. It's perfect for that. So there isn't really a hard and fast rule about what sort of bike. Just please make sure it's well maintained and in good working order. That's all I ask. And really the choice is down to yourself. So guys, it's been a surprisingly busy day for a Saturday on the phone calls and emails. Hopefully I've managed to edit most of that malarkey out. Hopefully this has answered a few of the common questions. If you still have some questions about what's going on and what the score is, just get in touch. That's what I'm here for. But now I'm really going to have to crack on with getting this uplift track cleared out and sorted out, and there's 101 jobs to do. So thanks very much for your time as always, and I look forward to seeing you soon.